Welcome to a brand new series on Product Chronicles, where we dive deep into product management comparisons of services that are shaping industries today. And to kick things off, we are going to compare two giants in the payment processing world, Stripe and PayPal. One of the key things we focus on is how products adapt and evolve in response to the needs of their users, and Stripe and PayPal are perfect examples of that evolution. They both offer solutions for online payments, but take very different approaches in their product design, customer experience, and even their developer focus. Let's start with Stripe. From day one, Stripe has been focused on developers and startups with an almost obsessive intention to API design and ease of integration. Stripe's goal wasn't just to be a payment processor, but a comprehensive platform that could help tech companies scale seamlessly. You could say Stripe isn't just selling a product, they are selling infrastructure as a service, and that makes their product strategy very developer-centric. We'll talk about how this approach has helped them win over a huge part of the modern tech world. On the other hand, PayPal takes a more customer-first approach. They have been in the game much longer and have a wider brand recognition, especially in the consumer space. PayPal's product strategy is all about trust and ubiquity. They cater to both merchants and end consumers with services like buyer protection, digital wallets, and multi-currency transactions. PayPal wants to be the payment option you see everywhere, whether you are shopping on eBay, booking a hotel, or sending money to friends. We'll explore how this broader market approach impacts the product roadmap and overall user experience. In this video, we'll break down their core offerings, talk about the UX differences, and discuss what product management lessons we can learn from these two powerhouses. If you're a PM or just curious about how companies like Stripe and PayPal build products that reach millions, this is the series for you. And before we jump into the nitty-gritty, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any insights from this or the upcoming videos. For the beginning, let's compare landing pages of both services. When you first land on the PayPal homepage, it feels familiar and accessible. The design emphasizes trust and ease of use with a strong focus on individual consumers. The top section is dominated by a warm, inviting image of people interacting in their everyday environments, almost like a cozy conversation over coffee. This taps into PayPal's deep integration with the everyday user's life. PayPal positions itself as the platform for rewarding your day, and phrases like "make your money go further" give the impression that PayPal is your reliable, friendly service for managing payments. The visual language is casual, accessible, and deeply embedded in personal transactions, which aligns with PayPal's long-standing role in e-commerce, particularly peer-to-peer payments and consumer-focused solutions. On the other hand, Stripe's homepage has a very different tone. The first thing that strikes you is the clean, modern design, full of bright gradients and sharp typography. It feels like you are entering the future of financial infrastructure rather than just making payments. Stripe's messaging, like financial infrastructure to grow your revenue, immediately sets a more B2B focused tone. Stripe is here for businesses, for enterprises looking to scale globally, and for developers who need deep customization. The visuals are sleek and the call to action is very business forward, focusing on complex payment solutions for larger, tech-savvy audiences. The focus is on technology and flexibility, whereas PayPal is more about simplicity and convenience for individuals. Both companies are playing to their strengths and target audiences. PayPal's layout is geared towards simplicity, with friendly, accessible language to make it as easy as possible for an everyday user to trust and engage with. It's like walking into a familiar store where you know exactly what to expect. On the other hand, Stripe is more like a high-tech toolset, clean, powerful, and scalable, but not necessarily geared towards the casual user. Its minimalist design reinforces its brand promise: powerful infrastructure for ambitious businesses. If we think about why these choices were made, it's clear both platforms had to balance usability with brand perception. PayPal, originally an eBay tool, grew into a consumer-focused platform, so its design needs to be inviting for users who aren't necessarily tech-savvy. The images, color choices, and messaging are all about familiarity and trust, making sure users feel comfortable handling money online. PayPal's site speaks to an emotional relationship with money, sending it to family, shopping, or contributing to causes. Meanwhile, Stripe's site is all about scale and performance, making it clear that this is a powerful, flexible solution for businesses handling complex payment flows rather than everyday consumers. One interesting point of contrast is how both sites approach global commerce. PayPal talks about send money securely around the world as a continuation of its individual focus, whether you are paying a friend or supporting a cause. Stripe, on the other hand, presents itself as the backbone for global commerce, emphasizing its ability to handle huge transactions volumes across multiple markets. It is a subtle difference, but it tells you a lot about the product focus. Now let's move to main homepages. Looking at the PayPal interface first, it feels like logging into your personal banking dashboard. The design is clean and focused on user-specific data. On the left side, you have your PayPal balance prominently displayed. The transfer money button is right underneath, easily accessible, offering a sense of immediacy for action. PayPal design speaks to simplicity in money management. This is intentional, aimed at users who are not tech-savvy and who value a straightforward experience. The presence of clear send and request buttons at the top reaffirms PayPal's primary purpose, enabling easy peer-to-peer transactions. What also worth noting is the visual hierarchy PayPal employs. The current balance is bold and large, followed by recent activities, and then, at the bottom, options to contribute to charity or invite friends. These design elements aim to keep users focused on core actions first, accessing their money while introducing additional features that add value, like donations or referral programs, without cluttering the interface. It's very much a banking model, where transactions, clarity, and ease of use are paramount. Now contrast that with Stripe's dashboard. This interface clearly targets a completely different audience. Business owners, developers, or financial teams managing a large volume of transactions. The design immediately feels more technical and data-driven. Stripe presents a broader range of metrics upfront: gross volume, failed payments, top consumers, and new customers. It's clear that Stripe assumes users will be engaging with this platform frequently and using it to track performance. The dashboard is almost like a control panel for business transactions, not merely for sending or receiving money. What's interesting here is how Stripe employs data visualization. The bar graph at the top quickly summarizes payment activity, giving users a high-level overview of their transactions without requiring them to dig into details. This emphasis on analytics speaks to a user base that values efficiency and insights. In a way, Stripe's dashboard feels like opening up the hood of a car. It's designed for those who want to understand the engine and optimize performance. Now let's zoom out for a second and think of these two services like two different modes of transportation. PayPal is likely a personal sedan. It's easy to drive, doesn't require much effort, and is great for daily errands. On the other hand, Stripe is more like a commercial truck. Powerful, built for handling bulk, and full of complex controls that can optimize the journey if you know how to use them. Let's dive into comparison of these two interfaces, PayPal's balance dashboard versus Stripe's balance overview, both serving the same core function, showing the users available balance and transactions. Starting with PayPal, the interface feels intuitive, clear, and minimalist, prioritizing ease of access for users who might not be as tech-savvy. The design emphasizes essential actions like linking a bank or card and transferring money with large clickable buttons, making the user experience frictionless. The balance is prominently displayed at the top, with supporting features such as bank details and a quick preferred payment method set up right below. PayPal knows its user base well. It's used for both personal and small business transactions, so the balance display feels more consumer-focused. It's inviting, not overwhelming, similar to a digital wallet you'd find in your back pocket, but with a modern twist. Now, moving over to Stripe, this balanced dashboard is far more detailed and business-centric. Stripe's dashboard takes a professional tone, designed not just for viewing your balance but for managing complex payouts, transactions, and forecasting. Stripe's users are primarily developers, startups, and a large business, so the focus here is on data transparency and reporting. Notice the breakdown of payments, the on the way to your bank section, and the recently completed payouts. It's almost like running a sophisticated financial report, giving users an at-a-glance understanding of where their business stands financially. The biggest difference is the depth of information provided. PayPal opts for simplicity and Stripe gives more granularity. This decision comes down to the target audience. PayPal needs to work for individuals who want a quick snapshot, how much money they have available right now and where they can move it. Stripe, however, caters to businesses that need to track more complex financial flows, upcoming payments, completed transactions, and future estimates. If we were to visually compare these two to everyday items, think of PayPal as a wallet, compact with everything you need quickly accessible, and Stripe as an accounting ledger, rich with details for those who need to manage more than just everyday expenses. Let's continue to the comparison of the two invoice creation interfaces. Starting with the Stripe interface, the user is immediately met with a clean, minimalistic layout that feels professional and straightforward. The page focuses on clarity by chunking related information together, which reduces cognitive load. The customer section is right at the top, followed by currency and the list of items to be invoiced. The system allows for granular customization, whether it's selecting items from a product catalog or managing payment collection. Each section is logically ordered, and the flow mirrors how most people think when creating invoices. Starting with who it's for, then what the invoice is for, followed by how to get paid. The request payment feature with a due date easily set guides the user naturally through the next steps. Another subtle yet effective design choice is the emphasis on action items. The option to auto-charge customers, for example, is present but visually less dominant. It gives power users the functionality they need without overwhelming users who may not want such advanced options. Stripe's interface demonstrates a deep understanding of users' needs. Stripe prioritizes flexibility and control as shown by the product catalog and detailed customization options for invoices. Now let's turn to PayPal's invoice interface. Compared to Stripe, PayPal's design feels more focused on ease and familiarity for a broader user base. The interface prioritizes simplicity over extensive customization, making it highly accessible for small businesses or individuals who want to create invoices quickly without much configuration. You can easily add customers, items, or services and directly send invoices without diving deep into extra settings. In terms of design hierarchy, PayPal mirrors the way people fill out forms, top to bottom, simple sections. It feels familiar, like filling out a physical form, which is an excellent user experience decision. However, PayPal falls short of Stripe's flexibility. The lack of more advanced features like auto-charging or pre-configured catalogs may not appeal to large enterprises or tech-savvy users looking for robust customization. Yet this simplification works for a vast portion of their users who want fast, easy-to-use invoicing for small operations. In both cases, we see product management decisions rooted in user experience. PayPal bets on familiarity, making it feel as simple as filling out a paper invoice, while Stripe's design invites users into a more data-rich, structured environment, almost like the difference between jotting down notes versus organizing them in a sophisticated spreadsheet. Let's proceed with looking at these two screenshots, which both show the transaction history areas of PayPal and Stripe. At first glance, they are both fulfilling a similar purpose, showing recent transactions in a clean, organized format. But as we dig deeper, the design and functionality choices reflect very different product management philosophies. PayPal's interface has a more consumer-friendly, simplified design. It's straightforward with minimal text and larger clickable areas. You'll notice the transactions are laid out in a list with recognizable brand logos and a focus on easy-to-digest information. PayPal's transaction history is not overloaded with technical data. It's meant for everyday users who wanna quickly check payments and refunds. You have the date, payment details, and a few buttons to filter the information at the top. This simplicity allows for a smoother, more casual experience. Think of it like walking into a retail store. Everything is organized and you are immediately shown what you came for without the need for much digging. Now let's shift over to Stripe. The transaction history here, by contrast, is like stepping into a control room for financial operations. You see rows and rows of data, the amount, payment method, description, customer details, and even status updates like failed or refunded. Stripe assumes that its users need a deeper level of detail because it's primarily targeting businesses or developers who need to manage multiple payments at once, analyze patterns, and reconcile data. The filter options at the top are much more advanced, allowing users to sort by almost anything they need, from currency to payment methods. It's like entering a spreadsheet but with a design that keeps everything easily readable. The greater complexity in Stripe allows its users to work efficiently with their data. Each row in the transaction history gives not just a number but an actionable insight, like failed payments or disputes. You wouldn't want to handle this level of detail if you are just buying groceries, but it's essential for running the business. Where Stripe excels is the depth and flexibility of its data. You can export the data, analyze trends, and even dispute payments, all in one screen. But PayPal shines in creating a consumer-friendly, digestible experience, removing any friction that could overwhelm casual users. If we were to compare this to something simple from everyday life, Stripe is like a professional-grade espresso machine with dials, settings, and timers. It's perfect for someone who wants to fine-tune every cup. PayPal, however, is more like a single-button coffee maker. Easy to use, straightforward, and it gets the job done without overwhelming you with too many options. And now let's take a look at something what is available only in Stripe. The reporting overview area in Stripe is designed to give businesses a clear, actionable view of their financial data in a way that's intuitive, especially for users managing payments at scale. When comparing this to PayPal, it's clear that Stripe goes a step further by offering a level of financial visibility that PayPal simply doesn't provide. Imagine running a business that requires a deep understanding of revenue streams, like running a cafe with fluctuating sales or managing an online store. You need more than just a list of transactions. You need insights into trends, what's working, what's not, where you are growing, and why you are losing. Stripe's gross volume breakdown is a great example of how this is achieved. The data is presented in a monthly and quarterly format with clear bar charts that show both gross volume and year-over-year percentages. This type of visualization immediately helps business owners recognize patterns. Are sales climbing or declining? Why did last quarter underperform compared to the previous one? These are critical questions for business owners, and Stripe's design ensures that the answers are visually prominent and easy to grasp. Stripe's design choice to display these charts with minimal clutter is very deliberate. The interface stays clear of distractions, which helps users focus purely on the data that matters. The graphs are clean, and the use of purple for gross volume with an orange light tracking year-over-year growth makes it visually digestible, allowing users to grasp complex financial data without needing to dive too deep into numbers. What Stripe does well is empower users to forecast, a feature that PayPal doesn't address. If you know how your sales have been performing on a quarterly basis, you can start to make smarter decisions about your business strategy. It's like driving a car with a GPS. Stripe is the GPS of your business finances, guiding you on when to accelerate your efforts or when to slow down and reevaluate. It's a dynamic tool that allows business owners to look into the future, not just reflect on the past. The Explore All Reports section to the right emphasizes that Stripe offers even more customizable insights. If you are handling diverse revenue streams, this kind of reporting becomes your bread and butter. Overall, Stripe's reporting area is built with the understanding that modern businesses need sophisticated yet intuitive tools to make data-driven decisions. It acknowledges that revenue doesn't just come from how much money you've made in the past months. It's about how well you are positioned for future growth. This forward-thinking, data-centric approach is what sets Stripe apart and gives it a competitive edge for businesses looking for detailed, actionable insights into their financial health. As we wrap up this comparison between Stripe and PayPal, it's clear that both services have their distinct strengths, making them ideal for different use cases depending on what kind of business you are running. Starting with PayPal, one of its biggest advantages is ease of use. It's familiar to millions of consumers worldwide, which is why it's great for businesses looking to sell directly to customers. PayPal user interface is streamlined for simplicity, and it's designed to get people in and out of transactions with minimal friction. If you are a small business, freelancer, or someone handling peer-to-peer payments, PayPal is fantastic. However, the disadvantage with PayPal lies in its limited financial tools. While it's great for quick transactions, it doesn't offer the deep financial reporting that growing business might need. For companies scaling operations or handling diverse payment methods, PayPal's functionality might feel too basic or limited in terms of customization and integration. On the other hand, Stripe shines when it comes to customization reporting and scalability. As we have seen, Stripe's reporting tools are next level, giving businesses the power to track revenue trends, analyze performance, and even create custom reports. But with Stripe, the learning curve can be a bit steeper. It's not as consumer-friendly as PayPal out of the box, and setting up advanced features may require some technical know-how. For small businesses that need simple solutions without all the bells and whistles, Stripe might feel like overkill. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this comparison, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Which service do you prefer for your business and why? Let's keep the conversation going. See you in the next episode of Product Chronicles.